Exiles 2018 begins with a monologue from Nick Fury, who at this point had been turned into an imprisoned cosmic being known as the Unseen as punishment for killing Uatu the Watcher. He reveals that he can see the Earths of the entire multiverse, but that a force called the Time Eater is devouring reality. He somehow manages to summon a version of himself that had stolen a Tallus, and it activates to find the champion, which turns out to be a slightly older and retired Blink, who's pulled away from lunch with her aunt to the moon. Unseen explains the situation to her, telling her she must use her experience hopping dimensions to find and destroy the Time Eater. Before she can ask questions, the Tallus attaches itself to her and she vanishes, landing in a post-apocalyptic world. She's immediately ambushed by a group of Inhumans and taken to their boss, who turns out to be a much older Miss Marvel, preparing to be called Khan. Blink explains her mission, gaining enough trust for Khan to release her. Just as the Time Eater begins consuming this reality, the Tallus teleporting Blink and Khan right before the universe is completely destroyed. They appear in a futuristic city, where Blink tries to reassure Khan, also realizing the Tallus is putting together her team. They find Ironland, who here has just acquired his armor, and stop him from killing two bullies. He excitedly recognizes them as time travelers based on his experience with Kang the Conqueror, who he's actually a younger version of, and Kang just so happens to attack them, but is stopped as the Time Eater appears to consume this universe as well, bearing a strong resemblance to a zombie version of Galactus' head. They're again teleported just in time, appearing in an alternate version of Asgard, where they see a version of Valkyrie fighting the giant Surtur and his forces. They join the fight and force him to retreat before the heroes introduce themselves and explain their mission. Valkyrie's world is then consumed and she's pulled with the rest into the X-Babies Mojoverse, where they meet a friendly chibi version of Wolverine named Wolvie, who's searching for whoever stole his pies. It turns out to be Magneto, whom Blink harshly scolds and gets to back off, right as this reality is also obliterated. The team are teleported back to Unseen, who restates to the entire team their mission and the dangers if they don't succeed. But as the team get their bearings and discuss their strategy, the Watchers arrive to destroy Unseen for interfering. Wolvie jumps into the path of their blast, but Blink pushes him out of the way, the blast shattering the Tallus and sending everyone but Unseen hurtling through space and time to parts unknown.